Hi, good morning. Scott from Merwe. The date of this video is 21 October 2021. I'm going to make two videos today. The one on a more negative note, and the other one, yes, I hope will give clarity and hope to the people out there relating to this whole issue of COVID-19. Let's start off with the negative one. As everybody or many of you are aware, the past week saw a very concerted effort to to slander me in social, especially on social media. There's no mainstream media here, obviously, by a host of parties and people and individuals. For a very simple reason, I think I started to step on so many toes in the process of defending my people once again, as I've done for the last decade and a half, that it agitated a lot of people. It made them very angry, it made them maybe feel very insignificant, and as a result, everything and anything was done to discredit me in the media. They focused on personal issues to the extent of maintenance of my children, right through to the woman in my life, Leonie. Leonie being made out anything from high-class hooker, yes, to a stripper, what you call it, teaser, striptease artist, what. These things are expected. It's also not the first time. We've had it previously, the whole issue about my children, etc., and all these things. By now, we're pretty much used to it. There's actually legal steps in place relating to those aspects. I'm not even going to cover it. But the bone of contention apparently this week was, what is Skalk's status now? Is Skalk now a lawyer? Is he an attorney? Is he an advocate? Where does he fit in? And he's being a criminal because he's offering legal assistance and da. And a lot of things made and said by a lot of very uninformed people. Now, okay, you usually leave these people be to hear what they say and then you strike back. I will be striking back as of tomorrow through legal ways, and people are going to to make sure I have a very happy Christmas. But anyhow, that's to the side. Guys, I have the degrees, the law degrees, B. Juris LLB. To go on my ID number and at UNISA and go and trace my credentials is the simplest thing to do on earth. I obtained those degrees, I think, if I remember correctly, in 2002, 2001, very long time ago. Thereafter, and everybody is also aware of that, I was involved with the NPA, National Prosecuting Authority. I signed my contract of employment with the NPA back then in the Waterfall building in Bloemfontein with Advocate Karel van der Merwe. I later on did my internship under Advocate Belinda Daffew. She's the wife of the very highly acclaimed judge Daffew there in Bloemfontein. Thereafter, I was posted on to Pretoria. I did courses and studies, further studies here at the old Justice College. I don't know if Justice College even exists anymore today. From there on, I was posted out at various stations across South Africa, but for the most part, I was posted in Gordonia. Gordonia is the far northern Cape. I was mostly involved there in a host of cases relating to the smuggling of cocaine and ancillary crimes relating to that, human trafficking, diamonds, gold, everything that you can take cross-border into Namibia, and then from there on, of course, up in Africa. I was pretty much involved in many of those cases. I was also involved for a very long time in the Sexual Offences Court, where I prosecuted child molesters, pedophiles. Yes, that is why I hate pedophiles still today, and I will chase them down even if it's my last breath. Senior advocates, amongst others, Senior Advocate Karina Victor. I served under Advocate Swart, Terence Swart, Wenzel Engelbrecht, people of great renown in the legal circles, especially in the NPA, themselves legends. After that, I was literally headhunted by the employers' organizations. At that point in time, they needed to basically put the legislation coming out in terms of the Labour Relations Act and these things into place. They were looking for good lawyers. that was one of the reasons why they headhunted extensively inside the NPA, because at that point in time, the best litigation, or some of the best litigation lawyers, advocates were sitting in the NPA. That is why I was headhunted there. I started work for them, for the most part consulting, but presiding over disciplinary inquiries, Section 189 retrenchments, anything and everything relating to labor law. Stage, I was then recognized by the CCMA as to be a person of such renown, and I may say this, giving my skin color and my background, that they then in turn headhunted me to preside over their hearings as a commissioner. I did that for, I think, about 4 or 5 years, specifically under Advocate Moslachi Molotsi. He was the then Chief Commissioner in Free State, Liesl Berends down in Bloemfontein, head of our admin department. I mean, I'm known in the Free State. People know me. So it's crazy, these guys running around here in Gauteng trying to discredit me and even saying, well, oh, he's only a legal consultant, he doesn't have any qualifications. Really? If you appear before me in any hearing or any disciplinary inquiry or any arbitration or conciliation, I would really have laughed you off with the knowledge of labor law and the knowledge of law in general that many of these people trying to discredit me show today. But yeah, let's leave that aside. I'm not going to slander people on this video. It's not why I'm doing this. After that, at CCMA, I was also drafted in many of the bargaining councils, and for many years I presided over conciliations, mediations, arbitrations, anything and anything that the CCMA and these bargaining councils could throw at me. I did service across South Africa, mostly in Free State, but many times I assisted in the offices here up in Gauteng, Pretoria, Johannesburg, flew down to Durban on many occasions, flew down to the Cape on many occasions. That was nothing strange or nothing new to me. Anyways, I think it was around 2011, 2010, 2011, I increasingly received mandates from employers, specifically big employers, corporate companies, for whom I started to consult. Obviously, that created a problem with the CCMA. I mean, it's ethical from a very simple ethical way. You can't, on the one hand, consult and assist companies, big listed companies and medium-sized companies, but on the other, then coming and sitting as a presiding officer in an arbitration where trade unions that maybe just in the previous day you were at loggerheads in are then parties of yourself. So from a very simple and a very ethical point of view, I stopped my tenure with CCMA on a very good note. You can call all my old buddies at CCMA. I was actively involved in mentoring and even training young commissioners there. It's for you to go and do that research. These things are well known. There's a huge amount of arbitrations that I wrote that at that point in time, although CCMA is not a court of law, not precedent setting, but authoritative enough that they are, I'm advised, still even today quoted in some of my or some of the other commissioners' cases. These things are well known. There's nothing strange about it. I consulted for many years, still do for big companies. I have my own businesses also. Ancillary from that, I'm not going to discuss that here online. It has nothing to do with the next person. It's very simple business that I do. There's nothing underhanded or strange. I'm very well known in business circles. There's a very good reason why that is, because through the years I was also then elected into positions, amongst others, as president of the then Free State Goldfields Chamber of Commerce in Northern Free State. I was later on elected as provincial chief of the old HI, Afrikaans Handelsinstituut. I served on the president's board of SACI, basically the chamber presidents, assisting SACI, the South African Chamber of Commerce and Industry, in their decision-making, advising, all these things relating to organized business. Okay. And now, many years later, for the guys that don't know, farm murders, the whole issue of farm murders, there's lots of people involved in firstly getting recognition for what was then called right-wing conspiracy theory. News 24, for instance, didn't publish anything about farm murders because they said it didn't exist until a very, very short time ago. It was seen as a so-called right-wing conspiracy theory. Myself involved in the recognition and later on the prosecution of these as priority crimes. Anybody that's been on my Facebook since about 2010, 2012, thereabouts, would know exactly how central I was to that. Fathers' rights issues, I've been centrally involved in those, bringing court or bringing legislation to bear that makes it better for fathers that put them in a better position. I don't take a lot of credit there. There's a huge amount of very fantastic people working on that front, but I was involved in that too, amongst others. Through the years, I've been involved in so many projects that if I have to list them on video, we're going to sit here for hours and hours. Why do I do these things? Because it's in my heart to do it. It's as simple as that. I don't make money out of this. There's people telling me, oh, Schalk, but you're in politics to make money. Really? Right-wing politics? Who's sponsoring us? We're sponsoring it out of our own pocket. Conservative politics in South Africa is pretty much dead in the eyes of the mainstream media. It's dead amongst funders. We have to do it ourselves. If we want to defend the rights of our people, it costs us money, not inversely. Nobody is paying me to do anything. The whole issue of COVID and vaccination and mandatory vaccination, I see in certain documents sent on to me by another attorney that I busted a little bit. There's even allegations that I started receiving donations now for what I did and what and I don't know. I can't even really put my head around all the allegations. No, I'm doing it out of my pocket. It's costing me time and money, not the other way around. Okay. If a person sends me on 100 rand or 200 rand, whatever, because he feels something for me in my heart, it's not work related. It's a person to person thing. It has nothing to do with my job. With the greatest respect to the workers out there, there's a reason why I do these things for free for you, because you simply can't afford me if I bill you. That is why I don't do worker cases, employee cases in general. That is why I would rather refer you to the CCMA or Department of Labour or even a trade union if you come with a query to me. You can't afford me. I work on retainer for employers. I don't like invoicing afterwards for work that I've done, because people tend not to pay you invoices. So there's a whole fee structure in consulting that people understand how they need to do things to actually make a sustainable business out of it. I'm not stupid to take on the cases of an employee that's already dismissed and sitting in the financial straits, and then expecting him to pay a service fee for me. I mean, it's crazy. It's stupid. People doing that end up asking for donations on Facebook because they've been doing so-called pro bono work, and now all of a sudden they realize their law firms are going down. There's a simple business model behind what I do, and that is the reason why I can give time to those charities and those things close to my heart. Okay. In short, as I said, lots of things being said about me on social media. It's like water on a duck's back. I know who I am. The people who needs to know who I am know who I am. My people know who I am. I don't need to answer to anybody about anything. I see one of them wrote me a letter to say I must declare the following now to them. This, that, and the following. Really? See my big, thick middle finger in your face. Not going to happen. I don't have to prove myself to anybody. If you believe, and I say this once again, if you believe I'm doing something criminal, go to the police, go and make a criminal case. Let the police investigate it. Let's bring it to court. But be sure I'm going to sue the shit out of you afterwards. That you must also be very sure of. A lot of things about my personal life being said. A lot of things about me in person being said. I'm not even going to respond to all that nonsense. But I hope this gives you a little bit of a glance into who Schalk van der Merwe is and why I do what I do, and just to give you the surety again that I'm not here for a short-term few hits on my webpage or a few likes on Facebook and a few rands in donations into some trust account that became obscure somewhere down the line. I'm not here for that. I'm here for my people. I'm here because I'm doing this for my people. I've always done it for my people. Since I was 12 years old, I've been fighting the cause of my people, and it will not change. And not you, the next person, or the next person will derail me from that. It's always going to be there. I will be in your face. I will be the bugger that you cannot take out and you cannot stop. I've always been there. I've always been that. So yeah, let's end off the video by being positive. Next video is going to deal with some of the COVID issues. I think we don't realize why things are happening. It's happening because the bad guys are getting desperate, not the other way around. So don't be fooled. Let me give you a little bit of good news in my next video. Skalk van Merwe signing off. If you only watch this video, have a nice day, and we will speak again later on today.